different, so back on up, cause you know we're about to rip shit up. Give me the microphone first so I can bust like a bubble. Compton and Long Beach together, now you know you in trouble. Ain't nothing but a G-thing, baby. Too low death niggas so we crazy. Death Row is the label that pays, man. Unfadable, so please don't try to fake this. But back to the lecture at hand.
What's up, guys? Clouded Journey here. Long time no see. Excited to make a video. This is going to be so Bush League, though, guys. I apologize. Like, the setup is just ugly as sin. I got all my junk here. I got no real good place to do this filming right now. We got a renter who moved in downstairs, so that's nice to have a little income there. But the downside is my comic book room is sort of locked away, except for special occasions when I can go in there or whatever. So, yeah, that's a bit rough. But I have a huge stack that I've been collecting. I've been trying to get together a more interesting video. I've sort of been working away on it, but I don't know. I don't want to release something that's crap. So it's funny that I always end up releasing these haul videos when I'd like to do something a little different than just haul videos, because they can get kind of dull sometimes. But hopefully that will come out eventually. I've been on pat leave for the last little while, so that's actually more busy than my work life. Just lots of family stuff, especially in the summer and things like that. Just craziness, lots of stuff on the house. So hopefully I can get more into this. Apologies for anyone who watches my videos. I'm so out of the game now. You guys probably don't even know who I am anymore. But either way, if you are here watching, I appreciate the watch here. So let's get through this stack, guys. This book I ordered off eBay. This is came from Mexico, actually. It is an English version, but it did come from Mexico. This is all new, all different Avengers #1, which is the Alex Ross variant. I believe this is I want to say it's 1 in 25 or 1 in 100. I should have looked that up. But this was kind of a hot book for a while. It was like a $75 to $100 book, I think. But cooled off, I got this for $25, so I was really happy with that. This is an awesome Alex Ross cover swipe of Avengers #1. Love how shiny and chrome the armor looks. And just Alex Ross at his best does these sort of vintage, like the godlike characters. I think that's why DC books tend to look better with Alex Ross. I think he just does this classic looking heroes and faces and structure really well with this painted cover. So he has a few of these. I'd like to get the set. I know there's the one with that Vision, with the Vision on the cover, the swipe of his first appearance, and a couple others. So really happy to find this for such a good price. Really nice condition. There's a little ding on the back, so not a flawless near mint, which kind of sucks for a book this new, but I'm happy. I like it for the cover, so that's why I wanted it. Well, sticky. All right, this is from, if you guys been doing any of these Facebook auction groups in Canada, there's a bunch of Facebook comic book auctions, so you can get some okay deals. I love stuff like this because it's not stuff a lot of people search for, but it's pretty rare, so it's hard to find on eBay and things for a good price. So a bunch of early-ish Invincible issues. So I think I ended up getting these for like $5 an issue after, so I was happy to pay that. So it's 23, 21... 22, those are out of order. 18, so under 20s are good. 17, 16, and that's it for these, I think. I thought I had 15, but yeah, so early Invincible stuff, very good. I have #1, and then I don't have anything. Like 16 is now my earliest issue, so stoked to have these. I want to get the entire run of Invincible because it's one of my favorite series ever. There's a movie coming out apparently, and it's gonna be terrible, but that #1 book has skyrocketed. So I have one signed, my #1 signed by all the original creators. So I'm tempted to sell it just to bank on it because I think the movie won't be great. Maybe it will. It'll be okay. It won't be able to do what this book has done for me personally, but it's just too short of a time to do a story like this. One of the big reasons I love Invincible so much is because it's a type of story that only can be done in comics. It's a really long form, awesome story. I would highly recommend you guys start this from the beginning. It really feels like a sort of Amazing Spider-Man, like those early Silver Age issues. The storytelling is similar to that. It's sort of serial, but ongoing, and there's a greater story in the background. So really awesome, and awesome art by Ryan Ottley and stuff. It starts out, the art's a little bit basic, but it's not terrible art, but it's just kind of basic. But yeah, guys, get through those first couple trades and you'll just be hooked, because it's really, really, it's an awesome series overall, but you got to start at the beginning and go right through. All right, I got these locally. Nice big run of the Joker comics. I can't remember what I paid for these. I think 40 maybe for this run, Canadian. So this one you can see there's writing and shit all over it. So I hope I haven't showed these in a video. I might have showed these in my last video. I can't remember, because I got these a while back. But he had a whole nice big collection, and he kind of wanted a lot for it. And there's a lot of apparently good horror stuff in there, but I don't know a lot about early horror books, so maybe I missed out. But he wanted like $3,000 for all his stuff, and he didn't have that much. But he did have some nice stuff. Really nice run of Batman and Detective Comics, like early stuff. So it was tempting, but I didn't end up pulling the trigger. But this is the lowest grade of these, but the rest of these are really nice grade. So I've been reading through these. They're really good. I really enjoy them, actually. They're just that awesome, fun 70s style where he's kind of ridiculous, but the stories are just silly and fun, and it's kind of like it's basically a Joker team up book, if you guys don't know. So he almost always escapes from jail and then gets into some sort of crime and often gets caught again at the end. Oh, this one was pretty good. Lex Luthor, number 8 with the Scarecrow. That's an awesome Scarecrow cover, isn't it? I'm just gonna bump this thing for and is that it? Yeah, so that's it. So 1 to 8, that's a pretty good little run. I don't know how many issues this series went, like 10 to 12, somewhere in there, I'm not sure. All right, Man Called Nova. This is one of these books, guys. To me, it's just kind of a sleeper book. I sort of compare it to Iron Fist, the first appearance of Iron Fist, because I passed on that a long time ago, like $20 for a very fine. I remember being like, I just don't care about Iron Fist. I feel like Nova's sort of in that same realm. He's had a fairly large impact over the time, more so than Iron Fist, I would think. And his book, like this one I got for $35. It's probably like a 7.0, 7.5, something like that, like a mid-grade book for $35. So when I can get these for under 50 in decent grade, like I've been grabbing them, because I feel like it's an easy investment. You're generally going to be able to get that back. And I think eventually this book could easily become, even if it's just $100 book for all these books, like that's a pretty nice uptick. Like any of these sort of more major or minor/major key first appearances of some of these characters, anything under $100 these days, I figure it's probably worth it to grab them if you can get them for a good deal, because odds are something will be announced at some point and you can make some money off it, or at least have some nice books, piece of history for something that won't break the bank. So Nova number 1, guys, worth grabbing if you see them. All right, just got this one in the mail. So stoked. There's a 50-cent sticker on there. That is not what I paid for it. But I did get a good, this is another one of the Facebook auctions. I did get a really good deal on this. I think it ended up, I got it for $115, and then I ended up paying like $20 for shipping, which is just brutal in Canada, but it's like a high 9. It's not perfect. Right on the bottom, there's a little bit of like just touch of wear on the bottom on the back side. So I don't know how much that would drop this book, but I'd probably like a 9.4, 9.6 or something like that. But yeah, quite happy. This is, to me, just such an underrated book, really, that I've seen these, they go for kind of like $150 quite often. And even that's a pretty good price, considering it's Harley Quinn's first appearance in the DC universe. And then it's also got this awesome story in it. And this cover, another Alex Ross cover, is just such an iconic, incredible, awesome cover. It's just got a few of those factors going for it that I think down the line, this book is really going to pick up. Like, I can't imagine, to me, $150 for this seems cheap. So maybe you disagree with me. Maybe you're all about I think the Batman Adventures 12, it's not that great of a book to me. The cover's not that good. The story's not that good. It is because it's her first comic appearance, kind of. Because if you guys know about that, there's that cassette and comic set that is out that actually has Harley Quinn from before that. But to me, this one is just, it's a no-brainer to get this. So glad I passed on it $150 a while ago. And I'm glad I did, because I got it a little bit cheaper than that. All right, X-Men 128. This was another eBay purchase, Canadian eBayer, kind of one of those ones nobody bid on. Near mint, first appearance of Phantom X. I think it was like $8. So glad to have this because this is one of those books I wanted. And again, I never wanted to. I think it only generally goes for $25 to $30 usually. But it was just, I never wanted to spend that. I wanted to just find it because I think this is one you can find in random bins and stuff. People don't necessarily go looking for. And 129 is like his cover appearance, which is a really sweet cover. So I already have that one, but it's worth grabbing both of those and getting the set because Phantom X is a really cool character. I'm really hot or cold with Grant Morrison, guys, but I think this X-Men run is really awesome, except for what happens with what's his name, Zorn, their teacher, who I really love that character, and then the reveal about him at the end, I wasn't pumped, but hopefully that's not too spoilery. But awesome run overall, that Morrison run. Well worth checking out if you can find these books, guys. Grab them there. You can often get them in dollar bins and stuff for cheap. Yeah, this one, Deadpool #1, speaks for itself. This was there's a little shop. It's a guy who sells mostly coins and stuff, but he gets some comics in and bases everything basically off grade. So I got this with some other stuff for $35. So I was quite happy with that because it was cheap. And then some dude rolls in afterwards. I knew him. He's a comic book guy who sells on the coast sometimes. And he says to me, "Oh, what'd you haul?" "Oh, yeah, Deadpool #1. That's like $100 book now, man. Well done. $150 book." And I'm like, I don't think it's a $150 book, which it's not. First of all, this thing has some condition issues. It's probably like, I think I have it on eBay. I've been asking $50 and nobody's bid on that. So, yeah, it's not that. But he goes in and tells the guy I bought from. So the next time I see that guy, he's like, "Oh, I heard you took me for a ride. $150 book. You didn't even tell me." I'm like, dude, it wasn't that valuable of a book. It was a good deal, but I didn't take you for a ride. So, might hurt my future transactions with this gentleman who I know has had some good books. Like he just had like the whole run of Silver Surfer, the first run, and I missed it. Someone got in there before me and got that Silver Surfer #4 for in like near mint for $200. Like just killer deal. So this is the kind of guy you want to keep happy and on your side. So I was a little choked to the other guy who ratted me out there, but and falsely, might I say, ratted me out. All right, this I sold off a few sort of mid-grade comics on some Facebook groups, and this ended up coming out of a trade. So this is the first appearance of the Cat, who in the show he was the father of the Black Cat. I don't know if he is in this. I can't even remember if I've read that Black Cat issue. But yeah, this is a mid-grade book, but sort of minor first appearance. An early Amazing Spider-Man #30. Cover sort of so-so. To me, it's not that exciting. I don't know something's just off with it. Like, this is a bit too central for me, and these guys are kind of minor. I don't know, it just doesn't work too much for me. But another under 100 minus Amazing Spider-Man off the list. I'm not going to complain, man. Another one, this is also in that same trade. So, Amazing Spider-Man '92, awesome cover. I love this against Iceman there. I think this is Romita Sr. cover. Just sick. I love Heroes versus Heroes covers. Like, they got some good ones. They got this, and they got that. I don't have it yet. The Quicksilver's running around them. Just love that cover. But bright yellows, blues, greens, like awesome colors on this book. What else? Amazing. Okay, so these ones, if you watched my previous video on like eBay Super Secrets or whatever I called it, I used one of those techniques. I think it was like a misspelled listing, or maybe it was, I think he just had it listed as like old Spider-Man comics, and he had piles of like really good stuff mixed with some mediocre stuff. So I kind of made him an offer, and I said I only wanted the Amazing Spider-Man because he had a bunch of other stuff in there. I said I just wanted the Amazing Spider-Man because the shipping was going to cost me so much coming from the States. So we hummed and hawed and worked out a deal, and the shipping ended up still being like $40, which really, it was still a pretty good deal, but beat down my bottom line. It would have been a screaming deal if I still had my US PO box. But and then he also like threw in a bunch of the like junk I didn't want. He didn't seem to understand I only wanted Amazing, but like he gave me all this other junk that I didn't really, it's kind of really low grade and not the titles I'm looking for. So That was annoying because then I'm paying for the shipping and all that because it was so expensive. But these are some of the books I got out of that. So Amazing Spider-Man 268, 362. So this is, I think, the second full appearance of Carnage. That book blew up for a while there. I think it sort of died down a bit. But, yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think about this Venom Carnage movie? You think it's going to be any good? Like, Sony's doing it? I don't know. I don't have any trust in that company to make a decent movie. But Amazing Spider-Man 282. This is a sweet cover. I like this series that they did with all the different characters around there. It's a Mylar. Amazing Spider-Man 165, Stegron. I can't remember if this is first Stegron or second. I think the Stegron story is a two-parter. I can't remember, but yeah, this is an awesome book. I love these late mid 100s, like, just ridiculous villains. Is it Wolfman who did a bunch of these? They're so outrageous, but I love them. They're just everything I love about comics. 164 looks like Kingpin there. 281 versus the Sinister Syndicate. And, this was in here too. 611, which is kind of this used to be like a $20 book. I don't know if it still is. This one's got lots of wear and stuff on the side, so I don't know how good of a deal it is. This was in here. Amazing Spider-Man 606. Again, wear on the side. These used to be like, this and the other one used to be like a $100 book. But, yeah, I think they've taken a bit of a plunge too. But yeah, so I'm glad to have it because I don't want to spend $200 just to fill that hole in my my collection. And 607, so got that, and that was another sort of mid-grade one. And it's funny because right before I closed that deal, I did end up winning this book on a different auction right there. So I got two of them now. And I hadn't had them forever, and then all of a sudden I have two. So I got one of these for 20, and one was part of that whole lot. So if you guys need this book, I'm willing to trade or whatever. Let me know. All right, another one of these. This is that same guy I bought that first appearance of Fantomex from. This is Swamp Thing number 50. Beautiful cover with all the Justice League Dark characters coming together. So there is another book where all these characters are in it, but they're not really working as a team. This is the first one he kind of gets them as a team. I don't know if they're actually called Justice League Dark but this is another one of those ones where it's like, I think I got this for $10 and it was nice high grade copy. And if that movie ever gets done, great, one blows up and I'll sell my low grade one and I'll keep my high grade one. There's a little bit of a smudge right there, but besides that, looks pretty nice, I think. And I really want to get this run done, guys. This Alan Moore Swamp Thing run is tough to fill. And bloody first appearance of Swamp Thing has gone crazy. That's been on my list forever, and it's really getting out of reach now. It's like a high grade one's like $600, $700 book now. It's mental, man. This is another one from that same seller. This was like a $4 book. It doesn't look like it in the picture, but when you get it, there's a lot of like non-color breaking folds and stuff in it. It's really not a great book, but I thought it would be a really cool book to attempt my own pressing. So just for fun, I might try like a towel with an iron. Is this a crazy idea? Probably. But just to sort of test it out and see what the results are of that. So if I do that, I'll film the before and after. Or if you guys have any other do-it-yourself techniques without a pressing machine to try out, let me know, because maybe I'll give those a shot. I should try and find a few books and maybe do a little science experiment and go through 2 or 3 different pressing techniques and see which one works the best and what causes damage to the books and what doesn't. Just on books like this that are kind of cheap. This one could be a better book, I guess. But, if you guys don't know, this is the first appearance of Psylocke. At least the first appearance of her, I forget her name, but her as Psylocke. The main character, she appears as a child in like a early Captain Britain issue. But yeah, this is an awesome pink cover too. This is New Mutants Annual number 2. Yeah, awesome cover on that. She's not on the cover, which is unfortunate because that's a big deal for first appearances for me. I like it when they're on the cover. All right, and this, I forgot I got this. These I got for 50 cents. Do I have two on there? The color and the regular. This is Canada's Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau. His first appearance in comics. Very exciting. He's sort of leading the Alpha Flight on a special mission and stuff in this book. So it's pretty dope. Yeah, guys, so that's going to be it for today. Just a bunch of books. Man, I got up to 20 minutes already. I try and keep these short and light because I don't like really long videos personally. I like them in the 10 to 15 minute range. But yeah, so thanks, guys. Appreciate the watch. Leave a comment or like or whatever. I don't really care with the likes. I care more about comments and interacting with people and stuff. So yeah, if you guys like any of these books or have any or want to trade or anything like that, just always let me know, guys. So yeah, and I'll try to get something a little bit better quality up one of these days.
So dance, step up on the ass and give these